Hey, what's up, everybody? Video 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so update. From what I understand, Rich Paul and Clutch have come out saying LeBron James will not be traded, and we are not asking for a trade. That's the first tea leaf. The second thing I have to say is Stephen A. Smith then got on TV and asked LeBron James to come to the Knicks. So that is what's going on. Like I said, I honestly, if I'm being 100% honest with y'all, I don't actually think the Lakers are going to trade LeBron James. I think we're about to walk off the plank and watch him walk and take our chances with him opting out, for which I believe he will then opt out and do exactly what he told us what he was going to do, which is go play with his son somewhere. Now, another thing that I read this morning was that Bronny was expected by one publication to go undrafted, which is encouraging for our situation, because if that's the case, maybe we can funnel him here, which is best case scenario for the Lakers, who don't want to go down the path of being seen as some team that traded LeBron James. I like that path well, because it secures me LeBron James being in my uniform. And remember, the point is to not let his value go out. We want his value to come in or stay. Because at the end of the day, if he comes to if Bronny comes to my team and I keep LeBron James, then I still have LeBron James. To continue to win with, get me a better coach, try to win a championship, or trade him later. You know what I mean? Trade. He's gonna be LeBron James tomorrow too, and I'll still have him in place. The point is to not let half of my value walk out the door. It's to not let it dissipate into nothing. If I can keep it in the form of LeBron James, then I still have it. You know what I'm saying? But how can I secure LeBron James? How can I make sure that LeBron James is not at risk to walk? That is the equation for me. As a fan who tries to think like a GM, I can't let that value walk out the door. I know how harmful that is. Even though I don't believe a lot of people do, I'm not. I'm far too aware of what damage that can do to my franchise. So for me, it's like, all right, I'm not gonna let that risk come about. Some people like living on the edge. You understand what I'm saying? And there's something to be said for that conversation as a devil's advocate to my argument. Some people just like living on the edge. If you bet all in, you can get all back. You know what I mean? Double it. However, other people like to mitigate their bad risk. And when it comes to me losing half of what I have, I think the smarter way to go is to not bet all in. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to see that play out the way I think it is. It just means that I don't want it. I don't want to find myself at a fork in the road, and that is a preference thing. You see what I'm saying? If you a cowboy gunslinger, maybe you have an entirely different point of view on this. It's like, I'd rather LeBron James, play himself all the way through this season, try to win a championship, and then we could live on the edge of whether or not he leaves or stays. Some think that's probably a better way to go. And if it works out, you get a big run, because now you keep your relationship with Clutch in place. You didn't piss them off. You got LeBron James. You possibly get Bronny James, and you get whatever else Clutch can funnel you in the future. So it's a lot of things that I cannot see, based on the fact that I'm literally somewhere else and not in the Laker front office, that puts me in a position to think that these are my options. And if you give me some more logical stuff, some more tea leaves to read, then I'll have a better understanding of what my options are. But if it's just what it looks like, then this is what I'm working with. And that's the part that I want everybody to understand. I'm intelligent enough to know if you bring me new information, I got new stuff to look at. If you tell me that, I don't want to put some garbage out in the world that ain't true, but I'll just use this as a complete example out of the cranium of my own skull. If you telling me LeBron James got the refs in his pocket and we ain't never gonna lose because every time you got LeBron on your team, he gonna get all the calls, then me trying to go about it this way, getting LeBron off my team, doesn't secure me an opportunity to be better. It secures me the fact that I'm not going to be better, because I can be the best I can be with the refs in my pocket. Not to say that I want that in any way, I don't. But the point is, once you bring me new information that gives me something else from which to incorporate in what I'm looking at, then I'm going to do what any logical person is going to do with that information and adjust my opinion. So if the Lakers see more than what I see, and they keeping LeBron James is a better way to forward because they have other things in place that can make this make more sense, then of course you don't do what I'm telling you to do. But if everything is the way it looks like to me, and it's on the up and up, you lose LeBron James for nothing. If you let him make an option. You know, the options that I see from what it is his choices are obviously lean toward him playing with his son. Makes most sense off the court, makes most sense on the court, makes the most sense for your son coming in as a freshman. All of this, you probably want to be there as a father. And so unless he's going to retire, if he's not, then he's going to want to be on the same team with his son so he can help navigate that. That's what I think I see there. And so for me, it's like with everything I think I see, I can't let LeBron James bounce, fam. I can't do that. So what I would tell Clutch is just to understand, like, look, I only see what I see. If people are following what I'm talking about, then I would trust that they'd be smart enough to know that if I had new information, or if there's some other stuff going on under the table that I need to account for it, and if I had it in my face, I would account for it for sure. But if it's not in my face, then I'm moving forward with my understanding of what makes the most sense for my team. And so Clutch got to understand it. From where I'm sitting, y'all hoping we stupid enough not to recognize what it is I've already described. I'm not, fam. I'm not. You don't have a no trade clause. And the player that you have is talking about bouncing, fam. So, like, I look around, I'm like, and I can stop this from happening. And I look at what I got and what it's worth. And it ain't worth all that much. And I'm looking at OKC, they rich. I look at Utah, they rich. I look at New York, they rich. I look at Ballmer. His pockets don't end, fam. Like, so what am I supposed to do? Let LeBron James walk? Bro, what does that look like for me after he leaves? Now I got Anthony Davis sitting here looking at Austin Reeves. And I look at my war chest, as I said, I don't have a lot. So it's like, and I'm happy to get 3 picks at the end of the season. You trying to tell me I only got 1 pick to trade right now, and I'm looking forward to 2 more being available to me to trade, and you telling me that I'm supposed to let LeBron James walk under those circumstances? Man, I'm not. Nah, like, come on, fam. That's what I would say to Clutch. Y'all gotta throw me a bone here, man. As a fan, you can't possibly think I'm going to, with my voice, let my team do that. Y'all can't possibly think that, fam. I wouldn't let them do this if LeBron James was 30. But at 39, hell nah, we ain't letting him walk. So, like, I've been saying this for 2 years. I kind of weaned off of it because we were in the thick of the season and, it looked like we could win. And mind you, that's a number 1 tea leaf of all. Can we win with him as a rental this season? As long as the answer is yes, then it's worth for me to keep him on so we can get this number 18 championship, fam. Because that's all I'm trying to do any damn way. But if that window is closed, if that ship has sailed, and I'm looking at LeBron James bouncing, unhappy with the coach, tweeting hourglass, talking about we out of time. No, I'm not out of time, fam, because I'm going to make sure I get out of the thing before it crashes. I'm jumping out. If the car's headed toward a wall, I'm going to take my chances jumping out the car. Hopefully I survive it. But I'm definitely not going to survive this thing slamming into a wall. And I got to look at it that way. Man, we're not going down that route, LeBron. And you didn't sign a no trade clause. So, brother, there ain't no reason for me to sit up here and act like my hands are tied. Not from where I'm sitting. So that's really what it comes down to. You show me something else, and I'm like, oh, okay, we can't do that. You know what I mean? I'll get it. I will get it. But until then, I ain't going to get this. I ain't never going to understand what letting half of my value walk out the door as an honor to him. That is just, what? Fam, I got a heart, but maybe I'm just cold-hearted in that way. I don't know why the hell I should care about that as a fan of the Lakers. Why should I give that much of a damn about LeBron doing what he wants to do in his way that incorporates me losing half of my value? I want him to do what he wants to do, but not at the expense of my entire team being any good for the next several years. I'm never going to think that way, man. I'm never going to think that way. And to a point, I don't think I would think that way about Kobe, fam. I don't think I would have. I would have told us to trade him too. The only reason, and I mean the only reason why I was on board with Kobe getting that extension that was so expensive, it was because our team was unwatchable. Unwatchable. And we had him for 19 years at the time, 18 years at the time, and we were that attached to him to the point where it's like, yo, this is our guy. We drafted him. We've watched him go through his entire illustrious career in our uniform, the ups and downs. That meant so much to us, right? With respect to LeBron James, of whom we don't know that well. 7 years, 19 years. It's just a different vibe. You know, we were ops to LeBron for a long time, so it ain't going to be the same. But even if it were like Kobe, if Kobe's talking about going to put on another uniform and compete against us for his personal goals, I have to say that I'm going to start treating you like you're in that uniform before you put it on and start thinking about how I can make myself as competitive as I need to be to beat you. Because I know what type of killer that is. And once he puts on a different uniform, he's coming after us 4 times, 2 times a year, plus playoffs, finals. And so when it comes to LeBron James, that's how I'm looking at it. It's like, yo, so you're telling me you're gonna put on enemy colors for your own personal reasons and leave me high and dry, lesser for it? And I'm supposed to think you're not rooting against me at that point, because you have to if you're gonna put on that uniform and try to beat me. You don't want me winning the championship, you want to win it yourself. So it's like all these different things is like, yo, bro, I'm not letting him walk. I'm not letting him walk, fam. I'm gonna make sure I have a war chest that is competitive enough to beat the field. And guess where he's a part of it when he walks? The field. He's a part of the field. And when you come up against killers and competitors and mambas like us, ain't letting none of that happen. No, bro, we're not letting none of that happen. So he needs to understand that, like I said in the last video, he's in control of this. You pledge your allegiance to the Lakers, sign an extension right now, bro. You sign that extension. You tell your son, stay in school for another 2 years. Develop your game further. You don't need to come out right now. We want you to come out as a first rounder. And we want you to be off of a season where you're healthy, not fresh off of the heart situation. People going to dock your value any damn way. Bronny may be ready, but he'll be even more ready if he stays in school. So the best thing that can happen for the Lakers right now, and this is unfair to Bronny, but if he declares that he's going to stay in school for another year, that fixes all of this. That fixes everything. Because then I don't have to hurry up and get rid of LeBron James. He has less of a desire to leave to go to the Boondocks, play somewhere else, opting out. He going to want to stay in LA because his son's still going to be here at USC. So it's like, unless the kid enters the portal, that's a whole other story. But the point is, as long as Bronny's staying in school, I don't have to think like this. But if he's coming out, whether he's going to go undrafted or drafted, if I can't effectively secure him in this right here, then his pop's got to go so I can effectively secure the value that his pop's going to have bouncing on me when he walks. I can't let it happen. I can't let it happen, man. People need to understand how much we love this team, bro. We ain't about to let nobody run us into the ground in honor of themselves. It ain't never going to happen. I'm never gonna let that happen, bro. I'm just telling y'all right now. No, fam. This thing was in place way before guys was even born. So we ain't about to do all that. You know what I'm saying? I think I don't know if I overdo it when it comes to we can simplify things. LeBron James, one of the greatest players ever. We're one of the greatest franchises ever. It looks terrible to trade him. We're going to get stuff later regardless, because everybody, including ESPN, is going to try to funnel players our way regardless. Even if we let half of our value go, we'll still get the best player because we have the advantage of the LA Laker market and all of that. Maybe it's as simple as to say we got a cheat code because of who we are, but I lived through the Sacre era. I lived through the Alonzo, Brandon Ingram. I lived through that. So you can't tell me that we're always going to be good, because I remember when we were irrelevant. I remember when people were saying the Lakers ain't even, we were nothing. People were laughing at the notion that we would get anything at all. You understand what I'm saying? So had I not seen that era, I wouldn't be so fearful of returning to it. But because I went through Sacre, I went through Troy Murphy, I went through DJ Banga, although he won the championship with us, he was pretty good. But the point is, we had players in uniform that we should not have had players. Shouldn't have had in the uniform. I'm not going back to that if I can help it. Not when I know I also can trade LeBron James and still keep him. Yeah, I can. Bringing his son to my situation effectively brings him right back to LA. So, like, that's the logic, man. That's the logic. That's the logic I bring to Rich Paul, bro. Can you give me something better than that? Don't give me the, I will you not to trade my guy. We will not allow it. Like, you ain't got no trade clause, bro. You ain't got a no trade clause. What? That osmosis, hypnotism, stance nonsense don't mean nothing to me, bro. Right? It's not changing what I'm looking at. What I'm looking at is your guy, our guy, about to bounce for reasons that are sacred to him and his personal life. It's reasons that I can get behind because we're a family-like organization. We know family, and that's why we know what we're looking at. You know what I'm saying? Jeannie Buss, the Buss family, we're family. We know what we're looking at. The owner is the old owner's kid, so we definitely know how this goes with kids and how important that is. We ain't about to act as if we don't. You feel me? We ain't about to act as if we don't get it. We definitely get it, fam. You're going to go play with your kid. And that is honorable, man. And I can't wait to see it no matter what uniform it is. I'm watching. I'm rooting for you to succeed as long as you're not going against us. Hope you win the whole damn championship if we suck. But at the end of the day, I cannot let him walk, take half of my value with him, and then be bad because of it. Because what's keeping most of my fans are just following him to the next place anyway. Just like I said, we're going to root for him. You're going to have a bunch of Laker fans putting on Nuggets uniforms supporting LeBron James. I mean, it's so stupid to even consider how bad this could get if it goes worst case scenario for us. With Bombers, new building opening up in 5 minutes. No. And see, for me, it's like the New York Knicks are the perfect team. They're the perfect team because they got nothing but picks. And their willingness to get to move on from them is already documented. They were ready to trade 6 picks for Donovan Damn Mitchell. With all due respect to Donovan Mitchell, who's balling. He ain't Bron. Not even Bron Reynolds. In my mind, he's not. So for like, if they willing to move on from all that for LeBron James, I mean, yeah, for Donovan Mitchell, why wouldn't they do it for LeBron James? You got the peanut gallery already trying to funnel him to New York. I don't need no players from New York. I don't need none of it. Only thing I'll take is a salary match. If you got to give me Juju, I'll take Juju. Probably funnel him somewhere else. And try to trade him for something that's even younger or something that's going to be more, that can be liquidated for picks. However that goes, the point is I'm bringing back nothing but picks. The salary match is an unfortunate process. I don't want no salary, to be honest with you. I want picks. And so that's how I'm looking at it. I don't want to match salary with nobody. Give me that in picks. Give me that in draft equity. It's just not possible. But nevertheless, that's how I'm doing it. I'm trading to the Knicks. If the Knicks serious and they really throw in 5 picks, no, however that goes, whatever the requisite amount of swaps and unprotected whatever, I really don't know how that works. But give me a good return. And you can have LeBron James. You have him. And you best believe I'm going after Bronny. And then I'll try to bring him back. Because what's better than having LeBron James once? Having him twice. Trade him and then bring him back. Hey, that's a lot of value. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm competing with Utah. You understand what I'm saying? For those who really know, I'm competing with OKC. That's who you're really competing with. Because at the end of the day, they're the richest teams in the league right now. They're the ones that have all the trade equity. So when it's time for me to go after Luka the Don, I got to have something competitive enough to give to the team that has him, Dallas, that can't be outbid by them. And right now, I don't have that. With LeBron James leaving, I don't have half of that. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the real talk. Because at the end of the day, if anybody wants to know where my head is always at, I'm trying to get 18 and 19. I'm trying to pass the Celtics up, bro. I got tunnel vision. We haven't been ahead of the Celtics in how many years? Ever, maybe, as far as championships. And we finally tied up with them just 5 minutes ago. And now they got another contender. Even though we beat them yesterday. Salute. They could possibly get 18, 19, 20. And I'm going the other direction, letting half of my value walk. We'll never catch up to them idiots. I ain't letting it happen. People need to know what the tunnel vision is for the Lakers. If you're thinking like I'm thinking, we always got your eye on them. You never actually take your eye off of the Celtics and their championship number. Never. Because at the end of the day, that's the real competition in this league. And Bron got to know that. When you toy with the Lakers' value, you got to know what the hell we're doing. We're trying to pass them dudes up, man. So we can't afford to suck for 5 years or nothing like that. We can't afford it. We'll never pass them up. We got so close, and now we about to let it go at 18? When they about to get 18 right now? Nah, bro, nah. That war is real. So that's what people need to understand. And you listen to people like Magic Johnson and James Worthy talk. You listen to them, and you hear what it is that I'm trying to express to you all. We never actually take our eye off the ball, man. Never. Maybe our front office may, maybe some of our players may, but the overall spirit of what the Lakers are actually, we never take our eye off the damn Celtics. And that's the point. So if you're with us, that's what you're after. You're trying to destroy them. You're trying to make sure you have more championships than them, not just in this era, but pass them up and never let them catch up again. That is the motivation for being excellent. While other people are trying to get a championship, we're in the arms race for championships. That's the competition. So that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. That is the spirit of what the Lakers actually are. That's what we actually are about. Whether people are going to remember that or not, it's bigger than them in any given moment. That's what it's really about. So you're going to either help us get that, or we're going to help ourselves to that. It's one way or another. We never take our eye off of them. We stomping on Lucky, baby. That's it. That is all. PDL 44. I thank y'all for watching. I'm out.